Now my daddy left home when I was 3, and he didn't leave much to mind me. Just this old guitar and empty bottle of booze. Now I don't blame him, cause he run and hid, but the meanest thing that he ever did was before he left, he went and named me Sue. Well, I bet he thought that it was quite a joke, and it got a lot of laughs from a lots of folk. It seemed I had to fight my whole life through. Some gal would giggle and I'd get red, and some guy'd laugh and I'd bust his head. I tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. So I grew up quick and I grew up mean, and my fists got hard and my wits got keen. I roamed from town to hide my shame. But I made a vow to the moon and stars that I'd search the honky-tonks and bars and kill that man who'd give me that awful name. Now it was Gatlinburg in mid-July, and I just hit town and my throat was dry. I thought I'd stop and have myself a brew. At an old saloon on a street of mud, there at a table, dealing stud, sat the dirty mangy dog that named me Sue. Now I knew that snake was my own sweet dad from a worn-out picture that my mother had had. I knew that scar on his cheek and his evil eye. He was big and bent and gray and old, and I looked at him and my blood ran cold, and I said, "My name is Sue. How do you do? Now you gonna die." That's what I told him. So I hit him hard right between the eyes, and he went down, but to my surprise, he come up with a knife and cut off a piece of my ear. So I smashed a chair right across his teeth, and we crashed through the wall and into the street, kicking and gouging in the mud and the blood and the beer. Now I tell you I've fought tougher men, but I really can't remember when. He kicked like a mule and he bit like a crocodile. Now I heard him laugh and I heard him cuss, and he went for his gun, but I pulled mine first, and he sat there looking at me and began to smile. He said, "Son, this world is rough, and if a man's gotta make it, he's gotta be tough." And I knew I wouldn't be there to help you along. So I give you that name and I said goodbye. I knew you'd have to get tough or die, and it's that name that helped to make you strong. Now you just fought one hell of a fight, and I know you hate me and you got the right to kill me now, and I wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for the gravel in your gut and that spit in your eye, 'cause I'm that son of a bitch that named you Sue. What could I do? What could I do? Well, I got all choked up, threw down my gun, called him my pa, he called me his son, and I walked away with a different point of view. And I think about him every now and then, and every time I try and every time I win. And if I ever have a son, I think I'm gonna name him Dexter or George or any damn thing but Sue. I still hate that name.